Brett, also that year, you became a trailblazer in NASCAR when you became one of the first, if not the first, to wear a HANS device.
Yep.
And you and I talked for a book that I was doing, and you told me that you first came across the folks from HANS during a test at Indy.
That's
Is that
right.
correct?
That's
Okay.
correct, yeah. A gentleman that I had met when I was at Bernstein's, he worked for Ernie Elliott, and he now was working for HANS, and he was at the test at Indy. It was a multi-car test at that time. The testing rules, they had test days, and I had seen him. It was a 3-day test. The second day of the test, we talked, and he showed me the device, and I was impressed. I had heard about something a long time ago that was this big awkward thing, and I think Kyle ran it or tried to run it once. This big old, but it just did. It was a little impractical on its size. So I asked him, "How you doing with that?" He said, "I can't get anybody to even talk to me about it." And we had gone through some bad times.
Mm-hmm.
We lost some of our colleagues. And race car drivers are funny. They don't want to talk about that stuff. And they want to keep doing what they're doing because that's what got them there. I want the seat the same. I want the same belts. Because if I'm standing here today okay, it must have been okay because I survived what I've been through. But the one thing that was happening in our sport, we were going a lot faster. Every year we were going faster and faster. Technology was really creeping in. Cars were getting way better. Tires were getting way better. The radial tire brought speed. Engine development brought speed. Aerodynamics brought speed. And we were going faster and faster. And we were hitting the wall harder. And we were needing some driver safety enhancements. We talked about it. I said, "Come on over tomorrow morning." The third day of practice, I'm going to narrow this down to one car, and we'll make the adjustments to this other car. So the last day, he gave me a setup. I put it on. I got in the car, and we had to cut my headrest off and move it. And so I told the guy, I said, "Get that car ready. I want to make about 10-lap run in that." I said, "Nothing special. Just put some tires on it. And I'm going to go out. I want to try this thing out." I went out and I ran 10 laps with it. I saw the engineering benefit of what it was going to do for you in a wreck, and I called the shop. We were going to Pocono the next race. I said, "Here's what you got to do. That Pocono car, cut the headrest off, offset it 3 inches, weld it back on, brace it up." They said, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm going to run the HANS device at Pocono." Well, I showed up at Pocono with it, and I got made fun of.
I bet.
A couple guys made fun of me. Dale was one of them. And he said, "What are you, some kind of pussy? What do you need that thing for? You can't see with that. You can't turn your head." I said, "Dale, we all need to look into this. This is really, really a good safety item."
Along with Dale, how much pushback did you get from other drivers?
Well, same thing. Wanted to know what it was, and a lot of guys didn't want to look at it.
Right.
But two guys did. Matt Kenseth and Dale Jarrett. Both of them come over and wanted to understand it. And they came with an open mind. And next February, when we lost Dale, there was 6 of us in that race wearing it, and Matt Kenseth and Dale Jarrett were. And I want to think I helped convince them that they needed to wear it.
What was your reaction when Dale said what he said to you?
That's the intimidator. That's the tough guy coming out. He wasn't ever going to come to you and look for information or help with anything. He was going to make his own mind up. And, I came from a different world. I came from a world where, excuse me, I'd stand at the driver's meeting at the Spring Sizzler at Stafford, big modified race of the year, first one of the year. There'd be 80 of us standing there at that driver's meeting, and you'd look around and say, I wonder what 1 or 2, 3 of us aren't going to be here next year. That was the world I came from.
Yeah. Wow.
We were looking for ways to make things safer in the modifieds because we were going way fast on little bitty racetracks. So I was a little bit more open to safety enhancements. The first Cup car I ever drove was for Cale Yarbrough. I tested it. Talladega. I was earmarked to be Cale's replacement until I got the Bud Moore ride.
Wow. Okay.
And I tested a car with a piece of aluminum on the right-hand part of the seat and nothing on the left. And I ran 202 miles an hour around Talladega in that seat. And I came from a world where, man, you wrapped, the modified seats were wrapped around you. We wore head tie-downs that went under our arms. And here I am running 200-plus miles an hour, bouncing up and down in a bus seat. And I was like, we got to do better than this. And, I commend my brother Jeff. He's the one that brought that seat technology and brought it to Brian Butler. We ran fiberglass seats in our modifieds and said, just duplicate this into aluminum for me. And that's how Butler got started. Jeff showed him how to build a seat that we were used to running. And our seats came from the sports car world originally. Sorry, I get off track, but
Oh,
No, that's
good.
yeah,
I
That's
want to say I'm
perfectly fine.
very proud that I was the first to wear it in competition in a Cup race, the
You
HANS
should be.
device, and to what it meant to the world of motorsports. The fact that I took that step that day, eventually it would have come. It didn't come only because of me, but I kept the ball rolling for it.